happy days all round. The final itself was just total dreamland for me. As I mentioned before, I was 28 when I got to the Premier League. It was all fairy tale stuff for me, playing in the Premier League. Never mind getting to cup finals. We ballsed it up the year before against Tottenham, when the likes of Ginola, Ferdinand, Campbell played Tottenham the year before. We thought we should have won there. We didn't, so we tried to make amends for it, basically. Obviously, the lads had won in '97, which we've seen. But that day, without going on about it too much, was fantasy land for me. I ended up, scored both goals, okay? I scored the first, was slightly at fault, me and Gerry, little lack of communication, although he blames me more than I blame him, rightly so.
Well, I think the goal comes from your side, Matt, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah, my man. Okay, all right, hands up. Tim Flowers at near post could have done better. So I thought maybe I need to get down the other end and sort things out. So it worked like a dream. We win the game. But the things that stick out in my mind on that day, many things, but to end up lifting the trophy at Wembley, what an honour. Got man of the match trophy, Alan Hardacre, got the medal, nicked a hat off one of the supporters, did the lap of honour, etc. And in the build-up to that game, my youngest son, I don't know if you remember Martin, who's actually here tonight, over there, Alfred, how you doing, son? With his brother Charlie. He was due to be born on that actual day of the final. So I had a bit of a dilemma, not so much as modern day footballers, but I remember Alfie's mum saying to me, right, so the son's going to be born. He's due on the day of the final. Obviously, you're not going to go to the final, are you? And I was like, well, we'll just see how things go. We'll see how it goes. And I'm thinking, oh, how do I get out of this one without causing a bit of a conflab? Martin said to me, I hear that your son's due to be born on that day. He says, what's your opinion on it? What's your stance on it? I said, listen, Martin, I've got other children. I haven't got other cup finals. I'm coming, don't worry. Thankfully, that was the case. I did. Got there, played the final. The rest of it followed. But then my biggest memory from it is being in the players' lounge afterwards. And a couple of my kids had been in there, so I didn't have a ticket for them. So my mum and dad were there, they had to pretend they were Ian Marshall's mum and dad and put on a Scouse accent, right? As they got in the players' changing room, which my dad wasn't best pleased about, but all the giggle. Anyway, so I'm standing there in the players' lounge. Afterwards, big moment, to sort of reflect. My dad was a massive influence on me. Sadly, no longer with us, nor was my mum. But I'm standing there, I've got this hat still, I've got a bottle of champagne, I've got the trophy, I've got the man of the match, I've got my medal all round. And this journalist says to me, he said, listen, how about having a photo together? Is that your mother and father? I was like, yeah, that'd be great, lovely. Standing there, in the middle, got my arm around mum and dad, looks over, and my dad's got a bit of a tear in his eye, and he's got a happy tear. I was like, you all right, Dad? He's like, yeah. He said, I can't believe it. I was like, yeah, I know, it's amazing, isn't it? What can happen in life? Who'd have thought that, scoring the winner at Wembley? He went, no, you twit. He said, I backed you, first and last goal scorer, I won 600 quid. What's the result? He wasn't bothered about the football, he's more bothered about his winnings. But,